Well, welcome back to the Survivalist 2008 channel and our blast from the past. You guessed it, vintage Lafayette radio electronics walkie-talkies. These walkie-talkies are probably my favorite walkie-talkies of all time. I can't tell you why, other than they're very heavy duty. They're all metal construction. You just about can't destroy them. They were vintage from about the mid-70s, and they're just a wonderful addition to a collection. This was the model HA-73B, and I'm sure many collectors are familiar with these. There's 7 transistors, 2 channel walkie-talkies. I believe these are set up on channel 15. They have the call alert, and I do have boxes for these. I actually have more than one set because I love them so much. I probably have 2 or 3 different sets of the same model. There's a little story that goes along with this particular pair. I think you're going to really love it. And it's going to be kind of a little role-playing exercise. When we get there, you'll know what we're talking about. Well, let me show you the 1976 Lafayette catalog that actually has these in it. They're $24.95 each, and that was certainly well worth it back then. Of course, no license were required. They were on the Citizens band, the original 23-channel Citizens band. So they were in the 11-meter band. They require a 9-volt battery, and I think they weigh in at 1 3/4 pounds, so they're fairly robust. They even have a little call button on the side, whereas if you push it to call and then push the button, it sends a tone over the receive of the other radio. Now, the interesting story about these walkie-talkies, and I think you're going to really love this, when I first got this pair, well, anytime I buy walkie-talkies, I like to open them up and look and see if there's any damage or anything needs to be done. The only thing needs to be done is the right hand unit. The little 9-volt battery clip needs to be replaced, and I have those clips so I can solder that on and it'll be good as new. It receives wonderfully. But here's the story. When I first opened these up, one of the units had a little code message inside. And I don't know if you can read that, but obviously the kids that were playing with these units years ago had their own little code. So 200 was leave fort, 220 was go to fort, 10-4 of course is okay, 10-24 what is your position, 10-20 take cover. They were probably playing Army. 10-6, what are you doing? 7-11, signing off. I guess they were going down to the corner to get a Coca-Cola. 11-0 is that, I think 11-0 fake out. And 8-40, meet me. Now on the back it's got A is the position of the tree. C is my lookout. L is Long's lookout, D is long corner, and X, I'm not sure what that says. Ditch, maybe? Okay. We're going to play a little role-playing here in a minute. You're going to be Blue Dog, and I'm going to be Red Dog. So Red Dog is going to call Blue Dog, and I'm going to send you one of these codes. So it's going to be a Red Dog to Blue Dog. So stand by and we'll get this set up. dog to blue dog. Red dog to blue dog. Code 220. Code 220. Red dog to blue dog. Code 220. Well, now, wasn't that a lot of fun? Just imagine, 20 years ago, maybe longer, there was a couple, 2 or 3 boys playing out in the woods, and they had their fort set up and all their setup to play whatever they were playing, and they had their Lafayette radio walkie-talkies, and they had their little code here. And what was code 220? Well, according to this, it was go to the fort. Go to the fort. So you were supposed to go to the fort when I told you to go to code 220. Well, you know, that was more fun than the actual walkie-talkies themselves. You never know what the story is behind some of this vintage equipment. And really, you know, that's what it's all about, is reliving the past. I think that's why so many of us like vintage equipment, because we're reliving our childhood. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that at all. Well, that about wraps it up for another Blast from the Past video here on the Survivalist 2008 channel. I hope you've really enjoyed this special presentation here of the Lafayette model HA-73B walkie-talkies. Until next time, take care.